Hey, how's it going? I have a live loop to production track. As usual, we're going to first listen to it all, and then I'm going to run through it afterwards. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Here we go.
Last call, stepping in, there you are, feeling like the world is mine. I try not to say something stupid, but I say it anyways. I'm tripping over myself. Calm down, keep composure, little step. Don't trip, hold on to me, I don't wanna let you go. I gotta know if I lost my line, just me. I gotta know if I fell apart, not pretending, 'cause how do you think I'm stupid? I gotta know if I lost my line, just me, fairly steady, is that enough? I gotta know if I fell apart, not pretending, 'cause how do you think I'm stupid? Replay version 2, stepping in, spinning round and round this place. I try not to be that man I was before, can't pretend anymore. The words wrong, no lines, just me, hang on, it's all here. But calm down, keep composure, last step, don't trip, hold on to me, I don't wanna let you go.
All right, there we go. All right, so let's take a listen to each individual part. I'm going to try and not make this video too long. I think the last video was like 20 minutes. I'm trying to keep it more like 10, 12 minutes. Yeah, so let's take a listen to first the electric guitars. What I used here was in UAD, in the UAD plugin format, I used Friedman amp. And the Friedman amp has some EQ on it, 1073, and some compression. And the same thing goes with the other electric guitar. I used a guitar with P90 pickups. Together. All right, and then I have this from the original live loop. I thought it was really cool, and I just kept it in there. Yeah, it just kind of has this raw, interesting sound. So I kept more loops in this track than I did in previous ones because, I don't know, there's some cool performances that I just like the feeling of it. Here I just replaced the acoustic guitar. The original acoustic guitar sounded like this. Then the acoustic guitar replacement. I used on this acoustic guitar, I used this microphone. This is an AEA KU5A. It's really great because it's more of a mellow microphone. On the live loop, I used Audio Technica 4050 microphone. It tends to be like accentuate the highs a lot. So I didn't really like how that sounded originally. So it was very spiky. And then we're going to go to my vocals.
Last call, stepping in, there you are, feeling like the world is mine.
So I used a couple plugins on here. First of all, I used good old auto-tune. And then EQ, I took out all the lows. And then some compression. And then the star of this sound is the EP34 tape echo. I used a lot of echo on it. This is the vocal from the original live loop. This is one instance, or of almost all the live loops, but especially this one, I found the vocals to be, it was a great vocal performance. And I couldn't, well, better than usual. And I couldn't replicate it trying to sing it afterwards in production. It was just, yeah, especially this part.
I try not to say something stupid, but I say it anyways.
Yeah, there was just something about this vocal performance that I really liked. So I kept it in there. Here are the background vocals. So kind of the same effects as the main vocals, just a lot of reverb. And the reverb is Valhalla vintage verb. Here's the chorus vocals.
I gotta know if I lost my line, just me barely steady, is that enough?
The original I liked as well. And I'm kind of torn. I might keep the original, I might keep this one. Not sure. In the chorus, I have this high synthesizer. This is from my OB6 analog synthesizer. And then, oh yeah, the bass is also coming from my OB6. So what I have to get a little bit more oomph in the bass, this Little Labs VOG is pretty great. And then, yeah, took out really ultra low stuff. And then I have the Studio D stereo chorus. This Tyrell N6 pad from Yuhi. And then I have some guitars to the pre-chorus. Here are the tambourines. So you can hear that loop. That's the original tambourine. And then for the final chorus, I re-recorded a tambourine with a little bit more rhythm. So for the final chorus, I recorded another tambourine with a little bit more rhythm. Let's just listen to the drums all together solo. So from the beginning. Just simple with a hi-hat, stepping on the hi-hat. And then some artifacts here and there that I gotta clean up a little bit, but I did record the kick and snare separately and then recorded the hi-hat on its own. So the hi-hat on its own sounds like this. And then the kick and snare sound like this. All right. And that's basically it for the drums. It's pretty simple, but it's pretty effective in the track. So in the whole track, drums are. Then I used a Neve 1073 for the snare with some compression. And then on the whole drums as a whole, did the same thing. I really wanted to bring out that snare. So for the snare drum, just a little bit more high. For the whole drums, some more. Just added some highs and some lows, and then compressed the whole thing. Pretty compressed. So without compression, sounds like this. With compression and EQ. So it really beefs it up a lot. Other synth I used is from Obsession. That sounds like this. Yeah, so that's the whole track. Yeah, I kind of like the 80s vibe, kind of Depeche Mode in excess, something along those lines. If you have any comments, please drop them below. Love to hear your thoughts. Next week, I'm going to have another live loop, and we're going to start it all again. Hope you have a great week. See you then.